I'm frequently asked by other aspiring content creators and business owners what tools and equipment they need to begin creating videos or recording podcasts. Look, I know from personal experience that you can spend hours researching online, watching YouTube videos, trying to find the best camera, the best lens, the best mic to record yourself on. At the end of the day, there are many good options that you can buy, but many creators start by using the tools they already own. Just start creating. Cell phones have really good cameras and integrated mics, and in time, as you grow, you can upgrade your equipment and really step up your game. But for now, find your voice and tell your story. So, as a professional marketing company, our go to tools are our DSLRs. They are our mirrorless cameras. It's just the quality that we prefer. We paid good money for these cameras and we use them to the best of their abilities. However, most people have paid good money for their cell phones as well. Reason being, and for me personally, when I go to buy a new cell phone, what I'm looking at is the camera. Now, cell phones have tons of capabilities, but what's come the farthest over the years is the cameras. And they're very, very comparable nowadays
Yeah.
to DSLRs and mirrorless cameras. Jason, you've been a cell phone shooter since way before I met you.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been on a journey since the first, I think it was like the T-Mobile Sidekick, or even no, the G1.
Ooh, you're taking
And
it back there.
Oh, way back. I was a big Android guy. But the thing that always fascinated me about cell phones was the camera,
Mhm.
like the ability to have, even before it evolved into a software tool where you can get everything and anything on your cell phone. The cool thing was, look, I could take calls, I can text message, but I could take pictures. I have something in my pocket that I could quickly pull out and document my daughter's life. And much to her dismay, I did that and spent years. And I have thousands and thousands of pictures and videos taken on various generations of cameras. And, like you said, yeah, we got tool as an agency, we have tools for us to create the content that we need to create for the client. But as a content creator or as an aspiring marketer, there are many tools that you have readily available in your pocket, in your house. You just got to get out and create. And I think that was, when you said that's right on, like just get out and create the content that you need to create. It's easy to do it.
It's very easy to do it. And I think the use of cell phones nowadays have really opened up the door for creators.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go onto Instagram right now, you can scroll through your feed and you're going to see
Yeah.
dozens and dozens of creative videos and people taking risks. You know why? Because it's so simple for them to reach into their pocket and pull
Right.
out the tool that's sitting right there.
Yeah.
You can pull out, shoot, upload, and have everybody liking and following your page within minutes. It's
Right.
really an amazing generation for creators.
Everyone's an amateur photographer.
Absolutely.
Like I know professional photographers. I have friends, I have people that I follow on social media, and creators that talk about photography is kind of dead. Like it's not a professional photography is kind of dead because people have with the rise of social media, our minds have kind of been saturated with photos and pictures. We're not necessarily looking at these photos for being critical of their professional ability. We're just looking at them to see what they did or what their day was about or what their daughter did or what funny face, their friend made or the capturing of the moment. And the rise of video too, I think is also kind of photography will never be dead, but the industry itself has been changed forever for professional photographers. The other thing that you had said is in your opening was that sometimes content creators or aspiring marketers, they kind of get this tunnel vision. And we know it because we did it.
Yes, we have.
When it was time for us to upgrade our equipment, we got to the point where we're like, okay, this equipment has gotten us this far. It's time to step our game up because our clients demand better quality and more professional commercials and advertising and content. I mean, bro, I think we spent 30 days for hours a day at night watching lens videos, bodies. I think we returned a body for another body. We returned lenses, bought the same lens we returned. And now we probably have a ridiculous amount of lenses. But I remember telling you, what did we create? What did we do? What did we
got a
shot
good
with
point.
this?
You've got a really good point, and it's true.
Yeah.
I do think it definitely a good learning experience for us. We
Yeah.
learned a lot about what we do. We learned a lot more about our craft and honing it and learning the ins and outs of camera bodies and lenses. So we did get something out of it. But again, the most important part is going out and creating, and that's
Just
where
create.
we took a little a step back when it came to the creation portion. But
Yeah.
when we did realize that was the most important part, we immediately got back on it. And what interested me, what you just said, is that people are not criticizing your pictures for the way they look and this and that. The thing is, it doesn't matter the equipment that you have.
Right,
What's
right,
most
right.
important is what are you doing with it? Are you
Yeah.
creating something that interests you, that interests other people?
Right.
Are you creating things that are intricate, that are original, that people are like, wow, look at
Yeah.
that cool picture? I promise you, they're not going to say, well, did he shoot it on a cell phone or did he shoot it on a mirrorless or DSLR?
Look at that sky. It's he didn't pull exposure correctly. It's
Right.
blown out. I don't see the clouds.
Exactly.
Why does the color look like that? Like
Right.
filters have changed the game.
So much.
Like anybody can be a decent photographer. I have a really cool example of just creating. One of the bigger YouTubers, Marquez Brownlee. He's been doing YouTube probably for 10 plus years, and since he was a kid. And I went back and I watched his first video. I think I showed you this video that he ever created
when he was a kid.
when he was a kid.
Yes.
And he bought this brand new HP laptop. I mean, it's that thick, this is 10-year-old, laptops, right? And he popped the laptop up on his desk and opened it up and had a little webcam right here on the top, right? And he just turned on his webcam and he started talking to his webcam. Now he's like, I'm here to review the laptop. I don't have a camera, so I'm using the camera of the laptop, but I kind of wanted to show you this remote control that goes inside the laptop, and it allows me to control my laptop from a distance using Windows Media Center. Back when I think this was on Windows Vista. Horrible. I hated Windows Vista, but he, he was showing us this little remote control. And I think that's a testament to, if you have a desire to create, if you're an aspiring marketer and you're working with your buddy to help him sell t-shirts, or you're working with a family business, or even you got a client and you're not sure how to create a piece of content for him, you could take the Marquez Brownlee approach. Just grab what you have and start recording yourself. Why? Because now, multi-millionaire, one of the biggest YouTubers, 10 million subscribers on his channel, interviewing Elon Musk, Barack Obama, all this. And it all started with an old 10-year-old laptop that he just turned on the webcam on and started talking into. I mean, that's a powerful message in itself. Just get out and create.
Man, it's an amazing story. And I love hearing those come up stories. And it goes to show you, don't overthink. Just go out there and do what you love to do. If you're a creator, do what you do best. Just create. Listen, you made a good point of where you started with cell phones back in the day with flip phones and Motorola's. And obviously nowadays it's a different game. Cell phones are light years from where they used to be between processing and camera capabilities. And I mean, you and I have both shared photography. You were in Colombia taking shots, and I was just like, whoa, look at that picture. What'd you take that with? Oh, I took that with my Google Pixel. I'm like, whoa. Amazing stuff. And I've pulled off some amazing pictures and video that it catches your eye, and it doesn't matter what I shot it with, because at the end of the day, it's a creative piece for myself and for other people to see. And we use cell phones daily. We use them for our social media game, particularly between our TikToks and our Instagrams. We're putting up posts that are quick, easy, proficient, and most importantly, they're right in your pocket. And I think that's the thing that people should take away from this segment, is that use what tool you have right this second. We as a marketing agency, we use professional cameras. We use DSLRs, we use mirrorless. But sometimes as a creator, the best tool you can use is this bad boy right here. So you just shot some video that featured a cool local business, or you shot a video highlighting a product or a service that you provide. Now what? What do you do with the footage? And where does the MP4 go? What is AVC HD? And how do you cut out bad shots or do restarts? Look, there are many paid software platforms that you can use to edit your videos, but keep in mind, there are free alternatives out there that are fully capable and honestly, quite comparable. If your goal is to sell a service or feature a product or business, but you're not yet in the position to hire a professional, then using some of these free trials and tools, you can get the job done on a budget. So, in such a content filled world, we see people putting out amazing videos.
Mhm.
I mean, the quality is just there. People are wondering, how do they get their videos to look so good?
Mhm.
Now, me personally, the way I edit my content, for years I've been using Adobe Premiere Pro. It's just been my go-to. It's what I learned on, it's what I specialized in, it's what I focus most of my time and attention to. And then one day, Jason looked at me, he said, "Bro, there's this new platform, new software. It's called DaVinci." And I looked at him, I was like, "Oh, tell me about it." He said, "Well, for one, people are using it in Hollywood. They're using it to color grade." It's like, "Really? What was it cost?" "It's free." That blew my mind. It's like, how can such a an intricate software be given out to the public for free? Then I went ahead and downloaded it and used it and learned it. And while I'm still not 100% familiar with it,
Mm.
I got to tell you right now, it's definitely a competitor for Adobe Premiere Pro.
Yeah, I mean, this is a touchy topic because I think editors, they have their go-to software.
Mhm.
Um, Premiere Adobe Suite is for the Adobe Suite gives you the entire suite of tools that you need to be a creator, and you pay for it. And they a lot of money to do so.
Very hefty.
Monthly fees, everything. DaVinci is a great alternative, and DaVinci offers their free, which is not as feature filled as their pro, but it gives you a tool that you can begin editing with right away. Um, and there are other options out there. Avid is hands down the standard. Premiere Pro, I think a lot of professionals look at Premiere Pro as a entry level tool to get you into editing. Um, but it's definitely evolved into a full-fledged viable editing software that you can use to edit your content. Avid, Final Cut Pro, it's a sensitive topic because I think editors are all kind of once they're into something, they're all into it. This is my go-to. This is the only one I use. I know, the old heads in this game are avid, avid, avid. If you're on Premiere Pro, you suck. Like you got you got those old heads that feel that way, but they're all good tools that can help you edit your content. And that's ultimately the goal of what we're talking about here. How can you edit your content? What tools are out there for you to do so on a budget, free, or professionally?
Yeah. Another one that I've heard of is Hit Film. I'm not sure how popular it is, but I heard it has some elements to it that can be utilized.
Yeah.
And to me, I mean, we've heard of people using Premiere Pro for doing the edit and then dragging the actual export
Hmm.
into DaVinci and doing the coloring there. And
Yeah.
they're kind of balancing out what works for them, what works best for this, what works best
Right.
for that. And I mean, you personally, you just got more into Final Cut, which
Right.
is 100% focused on the Apple users, but it's
Right.
also a Hollywood standard nowadays, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I mean, Final Cut Pro for us as an agency working with content creators who send us their content to edit, we need to be able to use whatever format that they use to edit, be able to use their format and edit it in the same type of platform that they've originally understand and know how to use. And so a lot of content creators on YouTube use Final Cut Pro. So I started in Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro gives me anxiety. It gives me heartburn. It gives me everything. And if you know, you know. Like Adobe is a nightmare 10% of the time. Whereas Final Cut Pro is just easy. Now, there are some things missing in all of these pieces of software, but they all can get the job done. But what I'm more interested about and even talking about today is not just the professional tools, but and the free tools that you can get the job done with. Final Cut offers 90-day free trial. DaVinci, its basic software, can edit your videos really easily for free. Um, but in the rise of this social media and content creation for social media, do you need any of those tools? I mean, I would argue no. You can take your videos you shot and upload them to TikTok and use their entire editing platform to create a great piece of content. Same for Reels. You could use your phone. You can use iMovie on your phone and do some quick basic edits, and boom, you're done. I know there's a couple free ones. Samsung offers one in their phones, and there's some free Android options out there too, but you really don't need to pay for nothing to create decent and engaging content.
That's right. I just watched a video the other day. It was actually Peter McKinnon. He's a pretty well-known photographer, videographer. He's all over YouTube, highly respected in the game. And he did a comparison video where he compared high quality, long drawn out edit, cinematic and just beautifully shot and wonderfully color graded.
Transition,
all of that stuff and close-ups and slow motion. And then he took the same exact edit and dumbed it down and just did a quick social media post. So the edit was actually on like a new age coffee maker. Right.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the first one, it was nice. It looked like he was shooting a movie.
Yeah.
And then the second one, it was just cuts. So he did a close-up. He did some VO over it.
Yeah.
You could tell it wasn't color graded. It was just raw, straight out of his camera. And he was looking to see what the results were. And the results were pretty astonishing, but not very surprising, to be honest.
Engagement, though, right?
The engagement. That's what it was. So on one hand, his YouTube video that he did all the work in, spent hours editing it, he got 50, 60,000 views. And then he went to his, I believe it was either TikTok or Instagram, his reel, and he saw that he got millions and millions of hits and likes. And it just goes to show you that it's not necessarily the software that you're using. It's just about putting it together, maybe doing a basic edit, a couple clips here and there, maybe a simple transition that comes right in the software, whether it be TikTok or Instagram, putting it out there and getting the results and the engagement that you're looking for.
Look, if you can't tell, there's a common theme here. Just create, right? Like, that just proves we're going to go out for us because we love it and we're nerds and we love to create the cinematic and tell this story, right? But like Peter McKinnon proved with his test, the cinematic feature of this new coffee machine, this new age coffee machine, was dope. It didn't perform as well as somebody who just used their phone, take the footage, popped it into TikTok, popped it in the Reels, chopped it up, add some music onto it, add some cool little transitions, a little zoom, and got millions and millions of views.
Zoom. Yeah.
But at the end of the day, right, what does the client want? Does the client want that cinematic, beautiful shot with 50,000 views? Or does he want that you quickly created it, you edited it up, you released it, and it reached millions of people? I would argue that client probably wants the millions of views. Now, some clients want that more cinematic, looks more professional done. Great. And maybe for TV, Peter McKinnon's professionally edited and the content he released to YouTube may play better on a 30-second commercial. But with the rise of social media marketing, that's where your audience is. Cut it up, chop it up, and just release it. But I think the next question is, okay, how do you learn how to use these software, right? If you're new to TikTok, we had to dive in and there's a small learning curve. If you want to create that professional look or you have a client that wants you to create that cinematic look, how do you figure out how to use the free version of DaVinci or the 90-day free trial of Final Cut?
Well, there's many ways. But you're going to learn how to first use your equipment you got. But if you're using a cell phone, then that's an obvious thing. You click on the button, whether it be a photo or a video, and you just record.
Right.
And then you have options. One of the biggest things about the creators in today's day and age, YouTubers, is that not only are they showing their content,
right,
but most of them are giving away the way that they're doing it. and you can pick up a lot of information from these guys. I mean,
Yeah.
there are people who have been in the game for a long time. There are people who either specialize in the social media game, or they specialize in the cinematic game, or they specialize in photography. And some of them are hybrids like ourselves. Like, we
Yeah.
do a little bit of everything
Yeah.
because we know how important it is to utilize every platform, because that's what our clients want. If a client wants a TikTok video, then you know what? We're going to do a simple one. And
Yeah.
where do we learn TikTok? By watching other TikTokers. Where do we learn how to
Yeah.
add to our plethora of skills in the game? By going out and discovering people who had done it already.
Yeah.
YouTubers. Skillshare is another big one who we've recently gotten on Skillshare. We picked up tons of information.
Yeah. Skillshare is great. Skillshare is a monthly fee. I don't think it's like $15, $20.
Mhm.
And professionals release little anywhere between 10 to 20-minute videos of how to do anything, everything, anything you could think of. You got Spanish classes on there. You got anything you can think of. But for the purpose of what we're talking about today, how to use that new DSLR you bought, how to use that new mirrorless you bought, how to optimize your iPhone 12 Pro footage, how to edit that footage, Final Cut Pro, all of that software and hardware tutorials are available on an easy to digest platform that breaks it down in classes. You can do a whole 10-part series on DaVinci Resolve. And $15 a month is nothing. There are tools out there for you to learn how to be a better editor and how to take the content that you're shooting on your phones, chop them up, and create a piece of art.
And again, we'll bring it back to the point we made before. The best way to learn is to do. You got to go out there and just shoot. Take your pictures, take your video, and see what you want to do with them. If you got the footage in your phone, take the time to learn it. Put together a quick edit, whether it be something intricate or something on social media. See how it goes. Next time, step your game up. Try something different. Take risks. You got nothing to lose. Not all content creators and businesses have access to a professional studio, voiceover talent, or even professional microphones. Similar to my thoughts on camera gear, the tool that's right in your pocket can record good audio to help you get the job done. But if you're looking for a more professional sound, many colleges and local universities allow you to rent their studios to record the audio that you need. Just like with video, though, it needs to be edited. And again, there's many paid and free resources that will help you achieve a clear and authentic voiceover that ensures the mood, tone, and the message is preserved. So just like the previous segment where we spoke about camera gear and paid and free options for video, audio is the same exact thing. You have gear that won't cost you money, and you have gear that does cost you money.
Mhm.
We also have software that we pay for, but there's also a lot of free options out there.
Yeah. Look, audio is hugely important. I love audio. I love editing content and then having the project done. And then it's that time. Okay, what are we going to do? What's our audio track? To me, like, that's life for me, bro. I love it so much. I love the whole process of finding a great audio bed. But sometimes it's hard to find that track with the options that you have out there, and you have to do your research. You have to look and see what's best for you. There are paid licensed audio tracks that you can use. We use Artlist IO. Storyblocks has a bunch in there, like if you pay for Storyblocks for your B-roll content. But there are free solutions too. You know, you got YouTube that has a whole list of royalty-free music that you create a piece of content, pop it up. There's a whole bunch of options out there that you can use to find royalty-free music.
Absolutely. And we utilize them all.
Yeah.
And another thing is that when you are recording audio
Mm-hmm.
into your cell phone, a lot of times it sounds great. It
Yeah.
sounds really crisp and clear.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you're missing that boom, you're missing that extra oomph that you're looking for, let's say, a podcast or something you're making for a radio commercial, something along those lines,
Yeah.
there's options out there that are free as well, that you can edit your audio just like you do with video. A couple that come to mind are GarageBand, Audacity. Look into those. Learn. Go on YouTube, some tutorials, figure out how they work, and just dive right in.
Yeah, I mean, Skillshare has classes on all those. You know, Audacity's great, GarageBand is great, and it gives you just that a little element of adding a little bit of EQ and kind of maybe putting some filters on or removing your P-pops, you know, whatever. But at the end of the day, not everybody has the option to come into a studio like this. Marketing Duo, we're hybrid. We're a marketing company, content creation company, you know, but not everybody can afford to come in and use a studio. Not everybody has the means to find some voiceover talent if you're a content creator for a business to create a commercial or an advertising piece for your client. But there are free options out there. And the theme of this whole podcast was to just get out there and create. So if you can't get into one of these universities who have booths that you can go in and rent to record your audio, if you don't have the money to hire a company like Marketing Duo or an audio engineer company, the best tool you have is already in your pocket. Just get out there and create and tell your story.
Marketing Duo is a premier marketing agency in Connecticut. We offer services to content creators, podcasters, influencers, corporations, small businesses, and startups.
If you're interested in a free consultation or working with Marketing Duo for your marketing, head over to marketingduoct.com and let us find solutions for your marketing needs.